awesome, absolutely awesome. Love it when a plan comes together. Definitely worth a look. Yeah, it was well under par. Good evening, children. So I'm back from seeing Thor, and all I'm going to say is pure epicness. Hats off to Kenneth Branagh, because this was just pure epicness. It really was awesome. I went to see it in IMAX 3D because I remember when the trailer came out, the first trailer, I was like, not sure if I should go and see this in 3D. But then I thought, bugger it, I'm going to anyway. I'm going to go and see this in 3D, and you know what? It did not disappoint, not one bit. It was epic beyond belief, from the cast, the epic. Oh my god, seriously. The sets, the world of Asgard, for example, how the hell Kenneth Branagh got that all on screen was just awesome. I mean, Jack Kirby would be really proud, as far as I'm concerned. I myself, I don't read Marvel comics, so I'm not that much of a hardcore Thor, fan. So I don't know that great deal amount of history regarding Thor. But hardcore Thor fans, if you have seen this, let me know what you thought. Let me know if it was to your liking, if it was your cup of tea and everything. And for those of you who are not familiar with Thor as a comic book character, I mean, this was pretty much the first opening of who Thor is, and how he ends up, well, let me just get right into it. Okay, the story goes that he's been cast out of Asgard because he pretty much betrays his father, Odin, who is brilliantly played by Anthony Hopkins, by Sir Anthony Hopkins, by the way. He's basically he's arrogant, he's reckless, he's foolish, and he's so overconfident with himself that he pretty much is the kind of guy that just goes out there looking for war, looking for trouble. He wants to make a name of himself, but in the wrong way. He's very vain. He's got too much. Well, he's just very vain. Put it this way. And on top of that, you've got his brother Loki, who is the god of mischief. He is mischievous to the core. And there is, later on, you actually find out why he is mischievous, why he is the way that he is. But as the story goes on, as I say, Thor is outcast to Earth. And we see a female scientist by the name of Jane Foster, played by Natalie Portman, who's pretty much been in every movie so far this past year, hasn't she? Bless her. But she is a scientist who's chasing after spectacular events happening in the sky and in the stars and everything. And the point of where Thor drops to Earth is where they are chasing her and the other character, Eric Solvig, and her other colleague, Darcy. All three of them are like, these scientists who are chasing after these events that are occurring. And then what happens is, when Thor lands, it really just starts from there, how he has to, realise that he has lost all his power, that he can still fight, don't get me wrong, he can still fight, but he's lost all his power, and, he's trying to figure out how we can get back up to Asgard and everything. I've got to give my hats off to Chris Hemsworth, because here is a guy who was in the Star Trek movie 2 years ago for a mere 5-10 minutes, and from that 10 minutes of acting, it's emerged. Marvel must have looked at him and thought, there is our Thor. That's the dude that we want to play Thor. I mean, how long has Thor been in development? How long have Marvel been saying to themselves, we've got to put Thor on the big screen? And it's all about finding the right actor. And sometimes it just takes a 10-minute, appearance in a movie to say to someone, that's who we need. That's the guy right there. And hats off to the guy. I think he has done awesomely well in the last couple of years. And he's going to reprise his role as Thor in the Avengers movie, which actually started shooting today, by the way, and that comes out next year. Hats off to Chris Hemsworth, that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, as the story goes on, as I say, there's a group of, I wouldn't call them baddies as such, but they're known as the Frost Giants. And you get a bit of history in the film. You get a bit of history regarding the war between Asgard and where the Frost giants are from. I've completely forgotten the name of the actual area. But you know, Thor pretty much wants to stop these frost giants from taking over, from entering Asgard, because that's how the whole premise starts, of how you know, it becomes apparent that Thor just he's not ready to be king. Odin just doesn't believe that he is ready to be king because of his brashness, because of his vanity, because of his recklessness and everything, which is why he was outcast to Earth. But from that moment on, as I say, the film just flows. You've got Idris Elba as the Guardian of the Worlds, Heimdall. You've got, as I say, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, brilliant as well, absolutely awesome. Clark Gregg back as Agent Coulson, Ray Stevenson as Volstagg, and I have to give credit because Jamie Alexander, I've never even heard of this actress before, and I follow her on Twitter, but watching her as Sif in this movie, wow, what a hottie, what a woman, and her character was just pure sex on legs. I'm sorry, but it seriously was. And then Renee Russo plays Thor's mother. I'm not sure how. Just don't laugh when I pronounce the name of her character. Frigga. There, I've said it. Okay, don't laugh. But yeah, overall, awesome movie. Very powerful. Kenneth Branagh is a massive Thor fan, by the way. He is a big Thor fan, so he knows better than anybody exactly what the character is all about. And as I say, everything. I mean, if I was to pick up a Thor comic right now, I would pretty much know what he's about. But like I say, the cast, the cinematography, the script, the writing, but the settings. Seriously, the way that Asgard was created, how it came to life on screen, just the sheer epicness of it all was just brilliant. I seriously cannot stress enough just how awesome it looked, you know, in terms of the stunning visual effects, everything about it, to the costumes as well. I mean, the costume for Thor pretty much is in relation to what Jack Kirby had created all those years ago. So like I say, Jack Kirby would be very pleased. There's a fair amount of comical elements. There's some comedy in there as well, especially on Chris Hemsworth's part in particular. Another cameo by Stan Lee is in there, and there is a cameo of another character, of which I'm not going to say, but I'm sure a lot of you are aware of which character this is, because it has pretty much been touted as to who this character was going to be that is cameoed in the film. It's only for about a good brief 2 minutes that this character appears, but very played it to good effect as far as I'm concerned. You can stay for the credits as well. Stay at the very end, because I think only hardcore Thor fans will know what happens at the end. I wasn't too familiar, or didn't really understand the actual end of it at the very end of the after the credits, that is. So if any hardcore Thor fans did get to see it, let me know what that ending was actually all about, and then we'll just go from there. But like I say, really epic. The storyline was good. Just the way how events unfold, and there's a great twist at the end, not the end of it, but sort of like at the very beginning. Yeah, I say at the very beginning, but not like within 20 minutes of going into the film, half an hour or so, we get a twist, we get a realization of what's really going on and why things are occurring and why they are happening as well. But overall, damn, what a movie. Pure epicness. So Kenneth Branagh, thank you very much. I can't wait to see Captain America now, and I can't wait to see what the Avengers turns out to be. So we're heading to some serious epicness as far as I'm concerned. Serious epicness. But yeah, it's all coming together for Marvel as far as I'm concerned. So Thor, I rate it highly, and I recommend it to everybody. That's all I'm going to say. So thank you for watching. I shall be going now. See you later. Good night.